during the time of the IMCIM, we did a lot of work together. And I think the job that Ken did was good because it kept us on our toes. He was coming from a divergent view and all the time.
And it's good to recollect that there was a groundswell of support. The kind we haven't seen before in 2017, 2018.
Exactly.
The entire media organization was marshaled in support of that effort that the president launched.
Exactly. So I mean, at that time, you could realize that the interministerial committee was very vibrant because you had people looking at, into what we're doing. Now, I am also disappointed, first of all, in Professor Frimpong.
Why?
Because things that my question is that would he have come out with, or this report? I'm not sure if he was the one who leaked it. Would he have done it if he was still a minister? And the things that...
But because we're not sure he leaked it, then that becomes a moot point, is it not? Because
no, it's not moot.
Considering that this was with the president since 2021,
so it wouldn't be the
nobody knows who exactly leaked it, but it's become a public
subject. So the
subject.
point I'm trying to make is that, yes, during the time that he was the chairman, he could have dealt with these issues. I think most of them were done. I mean, the report itself, the substantive part is correct. Okay.
Substantive part is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
But the reason why I'm disappointed in him is that he also had people working for him. So I'm looking at a country where we all want good things for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we actually hide behind the cloak of actually having that credibility capital. And the masses are not aware of what we do. And then behind the screens, we do things to actually the downtrodden. Now, I'm also disappointed in Kweku.
What has he done?
Okay, so I'm going to enumerate all that. Because if we're building a country and things that we want to do that we want them to inure to the benefit of this country, then whatever we say, we must actually adhere to them. And then I'm not privy to the conversation between Gabi and Professor Frimpong. The names that he's mentioned in there, that's what I'm saying that I'm disappointed in, because if we're mentioning people who are doing that, I do not know the names that he mentioned that they were doing. He should have mentioned the people that he's been working with, because it's all led to a point where the interministerial committee was bastardized. Now, I'll give you a chronology of events. You see, CNG Alaska.
Yeah.
The directors of CNG Alaska, Starpoint, Heritage Imperial, they're all the same people.
Who are they?
And I mentioned, I think in 2018, when I was the secretary of the committee, I mentioned one Donald Njia. And then I mentioned
his name is in the report.
Yes. So I'm not going to mention names outside of the report. I'm going to mention names within the report, because then I was the secretary and I knew the things that were going on. And I remember I granted an interview to a radio station. I said, these companies are exploiting the country. Because within that country, we have a company called Unique Star Point, okay, in the Prompoma Forest. Unique Star Point, I think in 2017, December, applies for reclamation license, okay. And then for mined out areas. And then in 2018, Heritage Imperial applies for what? Prospecting license on the same concession. So what are we doing to this country? So we, when Kweku called Prof, I am privy to that because Prof informed me as a secretary that he had a call from Kweku, and that Kweku is saying that each time they go to cabinet, Prof, seemed to be hard on CNG Alaska and Heritage Imperial, and that they are his friends, and that he would want them to come and see him. I think they arranged 4 p.m. the next day or something like that. I had traveled to, I traveled out of Accra, and they went to meet them. When they went to see him, the documentation that they brought, prospecting license, and per the drone footages that we have for the areas, CNG Alaska, which is DSO, and then all that, they don't actually told us that they were actually mining. And then basically we have, everything that I'm saying is based on evidence, because we had the drone footages and all that, because if you're prospecting for gold, you do not send about 20, 30 excavators there, do you? You do not fell all the economic trees and all that. So when we went there, I have the report that was sent to the committee. Now, when the report came to the committee, after Kweku Barko has spoken to Prof and he sent them away, the committee sent me.
2 companies.
And that company, I mentioned that the company was fined $12,000. So the state...
That strengthens my question.
When we went there, I have the report that was sent to the committee. Now, when the report came to the committee, after Kweku Barko has spoken to Prof and he sent them away, the committee sent me to go to CNG Alaska's site and then Aprampamasu, which is the Krobo Forest, in December 2018. Following that, I sent about 30 journalists. So this thing happening to this country, it's not just politicians. I blame journalists, chiefs, pastors, and everyone else.
Yeah, but stick to the line. So
is it because I mentioned
journalists?
No,
not at all. I mean, I think it's established that a lot of people are complicit in this matter.
Exactly.
And there's a reason why the war is not
very
being
difficult.
won. It's very difficult.
Yes.
So you're not...
Following that, I sent 30 journalists, about 30 of them, including Erastus, to go and then take a look at our forest reserves. We're going to come out with a documentary so that the Ghanaian populace can see what is the devastation.
And we did a lot of documentaries on that, actually.
Yeah, but it was only Erastus who came out showing it, out of the over 30 journalists.
So that you actually confirming that's for Joy News. We stuck to the task.
I'm talking about, okay.
Yeah, that's Joy News.
So then in December 2018, prior to that, Crusading Guide started bastardizing the IMCI. Okay? So you can see that from when the IMCI started working and the things that we're doing, we're given a mandate, and the mandate was to stop illegal mining, and then we go to a site and then we see people without the right documentation and we stop them. Then a newspaper belonging to somebody starts hitting us. Yeah. And that person calls Professor Frimpong and says that these people are not...
By the way...
So Crusading Guide...
What I wanted to say is to impute a certain, ill motive to the call. He was calling says he was called a secret of it.
Are you saying that I am impugning...
no, I'm just saying that for the people listening...
Yeah, but I'm just giving you chronology of events.
Yes, so just to see that it tallies with what you said.
Exactly. So, and then 2018, I'm asked to go there. Yeah. And then February 2019, the announced documentary comes out. Yeah. Okay. Now, when we went there, Heritage Imperial, we went there on the 10th of December. 11th of December, that's when they applied for EPA.
So they didn't have the required documentation
they did not have
to
EPA.
Be where they were and what they were doing.
They did not have EPA license.
So that is a corroboration of what Frimpong Boateng had said in this report, is it not? As far as this company is concerned.
Exactly.
That they were actually acting and operating illegally in the forest.
Illegally, yes,
okay.
Exactly.
And if you're acting illegally as far as mining is concerned, then you are galamsey because it's legal mining.
Okay, galamsey is not illegal mining, it's gather and sell. But illegal mining, you see, illegal mining...
I get what you mean. There are dynamics that are different.
Exactly.
But illegal mining is broad.
Yeah, but
but they were doing illegal mining in the forest.
Ken said something that we all need to look at it holistically. And I'm giving you an example of a person that we all know in this country calling, and then a newspaper attacking the committee, and then a phone call is placed, and then committee sends the secretary to go there. We see that they are actually mining illegally. The day on the 10th of December that we raided that concession, then they apply for EPA on the 11th. Subsequent to that, EPA writes to them and fine them $12,000.
So they were actually fined?
Yes, they were fined by EPA. Everything, I have a report on that. So all I'm saying is that to deal with the galamsey menace, it's not just the government. You understand? There are civil servants, public officers, and all that, because all of us must actually change our attitude in this country.
But I need to ask you...
And they have the rules and regulations, okay? So if they were able, they went ahead and fined them $12,000, then maybe it falls within the confines of their rules and regulations. True. Okay, so all I'm saying is that our institutions should work. And the presidency, and let me reiterate on that, the presidency is saying that evidence as to who is doing galamsey, that you need to prefer. But my point is that those companies and journalists saying that these people are my friends, where you say they have documents to support that. And we know Kweku Barko in this country, he comes out with documents.
Yeah,
and then what I have here, I've given you dates. Yeah. So the time that he was asking them to go and see Prof, couldn't he have checked those documents?
Okay, stay with me.